warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello Uniisyan, welcome back to the English Talk. I am your host Rasya, and as we all know that English is an international language that is very important in our daily life because with English, we can communicate with the global society. So today, we're going to discuss about this very special book that was written by our guest today, Muzayyin. Hello Zain, welcome back again. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. And how about you?
I'm great.
Right.
Well, the title of the book is, as you guys can see, Ilmu Tajwid Bahasa Inggris. And what do you guys think is inside this book? Or perhaps you can imagine what is discussed in this book. Well, without further ado, let's go over the details with the author. First thing first, then, what I would like to ask you is, what is your inspiration to write this book?
Well, my own motivation on writing this book is to help those students in particular in terms of how to speak well, in terms of how to pronounce a word correctly based on the dictionaries, Oxford Dictionary originally. So because I found some of the difficulty that are faced by most of us English learner. So that's why come with these difficulties, because we know in English there are bunch of vocabularies with not always same between the writing and the sound, right?
Yes,
But in Bahasa Indonesia, the writing and the sounding is same, but in English not at all.
I see.
So that's why I come up with this idea, and I try to find a way how to break this problem, how to crack this problem. Is that I read out a lot to find the solution. Then I got a book about pronunciation. So that's why come out with this book, and then I realized, yes, this is what I obviously searched. Then I got this inspiration then to to make the book, to write the book. And then the way how I write this book is that because it is very essential in terms of how to helping those students to speak English well, particularly in pronouncing the word. Because no matter how good, how best your grammar is, but if you and how much your vocabulary is, but if you don't have any knowledge about pronunciation and how to pronounce the word, native speaker will not understand what you're talking about, right? Because the most important thing is that in terms of how to speaking English is that the way how you pronounce the word correctly, right?
Right.
Because the problem when we see, as a matter of fact, in we found the student in Indonesia is that they usually use or having a dictionary, what we call the dictionary, which is consists of $1 million of vocabularies. So there is a phonetic script in that dictionary. But this is the problem. Why they mispronouncing the word, right?
Right.
They will don't know exactly about the reason why the word "sir," right? When the word "sir," we could say "sir," right?
Sir,
And then
yes.
turn off, we could say "son of," something like that. And mostly when I see, friend say that see, saw, seen, I try to clarify that the correct one is, or the appropriate one is saw. It's not saw.
So,
Yes,
Oh,
to
yes,
indicate
saw.
that this is the second verb of the word see, right? Like the word law. Lawyer club. It's not liar club. something like that.
Law.
It is one of the
Okay.
example, a bit of example that that we need to know about this, right? It is why it is very, very, very important. When you mispronounce the word, it will have you know,
Different meaning.
different meaning. So that's why it is one of the crucial things, I think, that I can share to you. And I think that you also feel that pronunciation is very important too when
Yes.
you learning English. Is that?
Yes, because native speakers will understand more if you talk correctly.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, basically this book is talk about pronunciation.
Alright.
And why did you name it as Ilmu Tajwid Bahasa Inggris, and why didn't you call as English pronunciation or the way to speak like a native speaker and so on? Did you get any certain reasons for that?
Yes, right. Well, I would say that very interesting, right? Every I want to write the book, and I'm very concerned on giving the name of the book, right? The title is that to make people interested in terms of how to buy this, need to know about the content is. So I think it
Yeah, I
depends
see.
on the title itself. So that's why the reason is that why I name it with Ilmu Tajwid, because there is something different, right? People need to know what does it mean Ilmu Tajwid. Then the people when the people need to know about that. And another thing is that because this title is easier to understand and more
Yes.
popular in Muslim societies, particularly in Indonesian, right?
See.
When I named the book with ilmu, English pronunciation, so I think it's not too familiar with those, and I think it's not in marketing it's also very important, right? The book,
Yes,
I
I
would
agree.
say that. So that's why I name it with Ilmu Tajwid Bahasa Inggris to make different between this book and others and the other book about English pronunciation, right? There are a lot, exactly. People, those who write English pronunciation, but I
Yes.
make it different, yeah.
Yes, but this is the one, Ilmu Tajwid Bahasa Inggris.
Yes, and also I make something different inside the book about the content.
What is that?
Yes, for example, like I taking some of the Islamic terminologies, yeah, Ilmu Tajwid, Al Quran, something like that. No, for example, like iklab, but
I
in
see,
English, we we say we call it as you know link up, something like that. For example, like the word in the screen, on the screen, but we could say badai. So you have to link up, right? So you have to connect the word. Okay. Tell her I miss her. So you can look at on the screen. Tell her I miss her. We could say tell her I miss her. Right. So it sounds natural, sounds fluency, right? The way native speakers say something like that. And it is one of the example. And that also short, vowel, long vowel and glide vowel, yeah. So for example, like C, for example, like sit, shit, seed, right? They're short and they're long word, yeah.
Okay.
So that's why it is very important. But when you mispronounce this word, you want me, for example, hey Zen, come on, sit down here, sit down here. So the meaning is Zen, brengsek duduk di sini, right?
Shit,
It's
yeah,
not
it's
right, shit, right?
Right.
Because what we call in bahasa Indonesia terlalu tebal, ya. You should make
Sit down.
yeah, just
So
say
it should be
sit down.
Sit down. Sit
Yes.
down on the seat.
Yeah, sit down on the seat,
Seat,
could be, right? But don't say, sit down, please, all right?
Okay.
We call it is tebal, yeah. So that's why you have to take care about tebal and tipis, something like that in Bahasa Indonesia. All right, this is one of the example.
Wow,
All right,
interesting.
I think that a lot of terminology. Maybe next, you know, next day we're going to talk more about that.
Yes.
Right.
Agree.